Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the open Great League and trying out a little bit more tankier team, but kind of off meta pick with the Pelipper. So Pelipper with the Lickitung and the Registeel is the team. We're going to stay in for now. We're going to have this Shadow Steelix to deal with. Breaking Swipe is revealed. Okay, interesting Steelix moveset. We're going to throw this Weather Ball, grab a shield, and switch out into the Regi here, force out what they have in the back. Ends up being the Medicham. Okay, Medicham here is throwing a move fairly quickly, anticipating the Power-Up Punch. And this is a little bit unfortunate. Medicham Power-Up Punch is not necessarily great for this team here, as they could probably just power up through the entire squad. Another power-up does go through, but we are able to reach another Zap Cannon, and we take out this Medicham. But it allows some extra farm for this Steelix, so that wasn't great. We are able to throw this Weather Ball on timing here, and now our opponent does decide to try to overfarm. We're going to try to switch out immediately here. We're going to tank the first move, ends up being the Psychic Fang, so they have the Psychic Fang Breaking Swipe version. Breaking Swipe goes through, and now we have to throw this next Power Whip before they get to their next move. We're going to go for the Power Whip. It doesn't quite KO, gets into the low red though. Breaking Swipe does get fired off, and they have the Bastiodon in the back. Wow. That is so unfortunate. Kind of a weird team that they had with the Bastiodon and the what's it called, Steelix. Kind of really weak to annihilate, especially with that Medicham. But they did win the game, so GG's to them. All right, here we got the Pelipper versus the Wigglytuff here. Okay, we're gonna stay in from now and see if we can grab a shield at any point. We're gonna throw this Weather Ball here. This Weather Ball is going to grab a shield, which is great. We're going to throw another Weather Ball here to chip away at the Wigglytuff's health. Trying to get to another Weather Ball. Unfortunately, we faint right before we get to it. And now we're going to have the Registeel to tank all these moves. All this energy from the Wiggly has nowhere to go. They decided to switch out into the Gligar. So we're going to switch out into the Lickitung. So unfortunately, the Pelipper was a way better matchup for this Gligar. But unfortunately, we decided just to let it go. Here we're going to have to win with this Lickitung. We did decide to show the correct first did, and now we're going to farm up right before they get to the next move. This Body Slam will take it out, or they're going to get their last shield. Now we see that they have a Wiggly. We're going to farm up to a Body Slam, switch out into the Regi, and tank this move here. We are able to tank it quite easily. We're going to farm up to 100 charge this and see if they allow us to farm it down. They don't allow us to farm it down. They have another Poliwrath in the back. Poliwrath here is going to have to shield, or it's going to get a huge amount of damage. They are able to farm us down, and now unfortunately this Poliwrath is going to be able to take out our Lickitung because they have a ton of energy, and plus they are able to counter us down. So GG's to our opponents. A little bit unfortunate right there that the Poliwrath was lurking in the back, especially since we had already used up our Pelipper. All right, here we go. We got the Pelipper versus the Sableye. This matchup right here is kind of dependent on if they're going to be able to fire off a return or not. We know that this potentially is the foul play, so we let it go. They switch out into the Regi here. We're going to chip away at it and switch into our own Regi. So we do have the health advantage, so we should be able to maintain alignment here. They have the Sableye Regi revealed right now. What do we think is in the back? We decided to go for the Focus Blast right here. Right before we get to 100, they decided to let it go. And now we have to fire off another Focus Blast right here. This is going to get a shield from this Stunfisk. Now we have to try to win against the Stunfisk with 2 shields. We do have a move on our Pelipper. We switch out immediately, fire it off. They do catch the move onto their Sableye. We know the Sableye has some residual energy, so we're going to shield here. Ends up being the correct shield. We do shield the correct return, and now we have this Stunfisk to deal with. We shield right there, ends up being a potential Earthquake, so all of our shields are going to perfect shields right now. We have to take another move here. Luckily, we are able to take the Earthquake. We're going to fire off our Power Whip. Power Whip does get shielded by them as well, and then right before they get to their move, we're going to be able to throw another Power Whip. This is going to get it in range of a potential Weather Ball now. So now the idea is tank this move here regardless, switch out immediately, and now it's a race to the move. We do grab the Weather Ball. Will this be enough to take out this Stunfisk? Yes, it will. So GG's to our opponent. able to win that game barely with the Pelipper. Pelipper coming in clutch, taking out the Stunfisk with probably like 30% health right there, and able to reach that Weather Ball just in time. All right, here we got the Goodra versus the Pelipper. We're going to stay in for now, trying to catch a Thunder Punch. No catch right there. Now they're going to have time to throw whatever move, probably the Aqua Tail. Yep, there it is. And then they switch out into the Wiggly. So they have Goodra Wiggly right now revealed. So we're going to keep on throwing these Body Slams. This Body Slam right here will chip away at the Wiggly. Oh, they actually shield. They want to keep this Wiggly quite healthy. Next Body Slam takes it into the low yellow. We're going to switch out into the Reggie immediately. Now we know that we can tank all of these moves without any worries. And because if they're kind of switch locked here, they're forced to use a lot of energy. Icy Wind does get revealed. We're going to farm up to 100 here. Fire off the Focus Blast. This is going to get let go most likely. Yep. And let's see what they have in the back. We have the Pelipper still lurking there. They still have this Goodra. Goodra has some energy, so we're going to allow this Goodra to fire off that energy. We're going to throw this Focus Blast after farming a good amount of energy. Focus Blast does grab that second shield. We're going to switch out immediately, and now we have 2 shield Pelipper versus the no shield Jellicent. We should be fine right here. We are able to reach the Hurricane. Does roughly 70%. They're going to be able to throw a move, ends up being the Surf Bait. That's fine. And then we're just going to throw another Hurricane here because we don't want to potentially leave this Jellicent alive anymore. And now it just comes down to, will we be able to reach a move before they get to double moves? Aqua Tail does get used. We are able to get to another Hurricane right here, and this will take out the Goodra, and boom! Down goes the Goodra. So GG's to our opponent. That Pelipper coming in clutch, taking out the Goodra, taking out the Jellicent, and still ended up alive after all that. All right, let's see if we can end off on a good note. We got the for Alligator to deal with, not necessarily the best thing we want to see. Okay, they switch out into the Magnet Zone. A Magnet Zone Shadow for Alligator. So here we're going to keep throwing these Body Slams. We want to potentially try to get a shield from our opponent, but this is not a Shadow Magnet Zone, so we are going to have to get to another move. They are at 2 Wild Charges. We shield the first one, and now we have to tank the second one. We do get the farm down. Excuse me. And then now we have the Body Slam to throw back at this Goodra. The Goodra does tank it quite easily. We're going to go into our Reggie here to see if they're going to switch out at any point. We are able to tank that Aqua Tail. They already add another Aqua Tail, so we have to tank this move as well. We're going to throw this Focus Blast immediately because anticipating that they're going to switch out. They do switch out into the Feraligatr. The Feraligatr here has a good amount of energy, so we unfortunately cannot shield here because they're just going to outpace us to the next move. We're going to have to win this game with this Pelipper. So let's see what they have in store. They do decide to throw a move. Ends up being the Crunch. We avoid the debuff. We're going to try to catch this next move here. We do catch the move. And now we know that they're relatively energy dry. We're going to throw this next Weather Ball here to potentially grab a shield. Okay, we do grab the shield, but unfortunately our Pelipper is way too low, and there goes the game. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed it.